Hello, my name's Lynn and my business name is Red Kite Coaching Solutions. Thanks for tuning in. I hope what I have to say you're going to find interesting, and even better if you find it useful. Anyway, today's topic is looking after someone else's child. Now, as you can appreciate, this is potentially fraught with danger because it's one of the easiest ways to fall out with the parents of the said child. That can be bad enough when it's a friend of yours, but it can actually have devastating consequences if you're the grandparent of that child, certainly if the parents then decide to deny you access to that child. Anyway, here's a couple of ideas for you. In an ideal world, what you'd like to have happen is a conversation between you and the parents whereby you can ask them if you're likely to face any particular issues, challenges or problems while the child's in your care. And this can range from things like the child wanting to wear sandals when it's clearly boots weather. It could be something like the child not finishing their meal and yet demanding afters. Well, you might call that pudding or dessert. And or even not coming off the TV when instructed. I guess one of the first things to think about is find out what the parents would do or are trying to do in that situation, and then see if that fits in with what you would be minded to do yourself. All right, that's the starting point. Now, clearly, some of us don't have that luxury. We're not told anything, and the child actually starts to present challenges when they're in our company. So this is an opportunity for you now to get back to the parent as you hand the child over or at some other date, and just sort of raise the situation, just describe to them what happened. And before you rush in with what you did about it or what you didn't do about it, ask them if they face the same kind of challenge and what they tend to do about it. That way you'll begin to have an appreciation of whether it's a prickly subject or whether or not it's the right time for you to offer up what you did or you didn't do about it. Okay. Then we could come on to the child itself. Now, obviously, you have certain ideas yourself. I know a lot of us would like to say, look, hold on, I'm the adult here, so I'm in charge. And that's great, and it can work well. But equally, the tables can be turned on you as the person in charge when the child mimics that kind of language and says it in such a way where you think, you know, actually you're annoying me now, or that's not how it's happening, and then you get into some kind of conflict with the child. And if you've got an older child, it can just become a battle of wills. Who's in charge, who's not in charge, and all sorts of things can be kind of chucked up. So what I would suggest in this scenario is potentially that you could try out first then. So I would be saying something like, first let's put your coat on, and then we can have a discussion about the sandals. Now, for younger children, that in itself might be enough of a distraction. Or, you know, what we could be saying to our child is, all right, first eat a few more chips, first eat a few more of your beans, and then we'll talk about pudding, because at least you can see what nature the resistance is before you jump in. And equally, you could sort of be saying something along the lines of, okay, first you turn the TV off, and then we can have a look at what you wanted to ask me. All right, so there's just a few ideas for you to think about. Another idea is that you could take turns at being in charge. So equally, what I'm thinking of here is something that you've agreed is doable for you, all right? Not something you suddenly let the child loose like a loose cannon, and all of a sudden you find yourself doing stuff that is put you in a worse situation than before. And finally, just to finish up with here, don't forget to praise the child for any level of cooperation that you're getting. And also don't miss the opportunity to provide some positive gossip when you hand the child back over, because that's a good way of them knowing just what it is that's gone well, and maybe hopefully encourage them to replicate that again next time you see them. Okay, as ever, If you've got any comments, please feel free to leave them. If not, private message me and I'm happy to talk to you further. Okay, bye for now.